Welcome to my Lunch and Learn, where each and every week I explore topics to help you elevate your mindset, be at your best, and radically expand your life and business. And today I am talking about your dream life. So, if you know that you're doing well in life and in business, and you feel like something's missing, maybe you feel like you've been coasting for just a bit too long and you're ready to make a change that you would like to see the rest of this year be the best of you this year, and carry that whole energy forward for the rest of your life in an upward trajectory. Today is for you because you truly, truly can have it all, and you can have the life of your dreams. And this morning, my clients and we were talking about gratitude, this idea of gratitude. And we were actually studying Wallace D. Wattles' Science of Getting Rich. And he says that the grateful mind is constantly fixed upon the best. It tends to become the best, and it takes the form or character of the best, and it will receive the best. And that really is what today is all about. You realizing that you deserve and can have the absolute best in your life. And I know that some of you are like, yeah, I'm totally on board. I'm right there with you, Larissa. And others are just like, oh, I don't know. I've tried and I haven't been able to do it. Or, there's just something missing. I don't even know where to start. Well, that really is why you're here. It's about looking at and figuring out how to create that dream life for you. Now, I know some of you know me and some of you don't. I'm Larissa McCook. I am a master results coach and CEO of Abundance Academy. And we help professional women stop playing small. We help them trade their stress for overwhelm and have a rich and fulfilling life where they are living it on purpose and really, truly going after their dreams. So I would love to know where you're coming in from. And if you're tuning in by replay, would love for you to type in replay in the chat. And if it's your first time here, type in first time in this chat. And I truly do thank you and appreciate you for being here. Now, life is beautiful, life is funny. And I think life gives us metaphors along the way. And I remember when I first saw Runaway Bride, okay? Runaway Bride is a fantastic movie with Julia Roberts, starring Julia Roberts. And Julia Roberts kept running away from men at the altar. And it eventually became this big joke that she just couldn't marry anyone. And the last person, he's like, are you really going to go through with this? Like in your history? And she really, really wanted to, but something in her pulled her away. And she was sitting on her own at a cafe. And she had someone ask her what kind of eggs she liked. And she did not know what kind of eggs she liked because each man she was engaged to, she adopted their style of eggs, sunny side up, fried eggs, poached eggs, hard-boiled eggs, soft-boiled eggs, okay, whatever it is, she would always take on the types of eggs that these men would eat. And when she finally decided to figure out which eggs she liked, she actually started to discover who she was, and she'd never taken the time to really do that before. And I think we often don't take the time in our busy lives, in our full lives, we don't always take the time to really sit down and get quiet and think about what we want. I remember when I first started studying with Bob Proctor, with my mentor, I had an exercise to do, and it seemed so simple, yet I was left nearly paralyzed. The exercise was write out your dream life exactly how you want it to be. Some of you might know that's a little familiar, right? It might be a familiar exercise to you. Now, I remember my heart skipped a beat. I had all these thoughts and emotions started swirling. Like, what do I really want? Is this too shallow? Or do I really want this? Or is this all I can think of? Is this what they want and expect of me? And it didn't really feel good. I was so full of self-doubt and frustration that I just wanted to cry. And I probably did cry. Don't remember that day that well. I just remember there was a lot of emotions going on. Yet I kept persisting. I took the time to explore this area and really what a dream life even was. I asked so many questions of myself and others. I asked colleagues, I asked other mentors, and I really started studying this topic. I started studying myself, my dream life, and I did that like a scientist. And I really learned that until I connect to the me that I truly love and I connect to and I care about, nobody else is going to be able to connect to me either. It really has to come from me. Others can't give me the answers I'm looking for. And I think a lot of people are in the same boat that I was, where you're intimidated by creating the picture of your life. I talk to a lot of people, and some people are like, yeah, I'm pretty clear. I have this. I know this, this, this. There's other things I haven't taken the time to think about. And others, a lot of other people, we just haven't taken the time to sit and ask ourselves those really important, powerful questions. I've had so many people attend my Unstoppable You workshop, maybe once, twice, 5 times or more. And each time they keep coming back because they get a more and more clear picture of themselves and their dream life and some of the most important elements of it. Now, one of my participants, she walked away and received a major promotion because she had the confidence to ask for it. And she's like, yeah, she finally admitted that she wanted this promotion. She wrote it down on her paper and she's like, I'm going to have the guts to go for it. And she did. Another participant bought the property of her dreams and she had no idea. She was, again, afraid to admit it. She didn't even know it was in her. It came out during the workshop. Another one bought her car of the dreams. Others have expanded their families and so much more. You don't really know what you're getting into. However, when you do step into it and gift yourself the time, that is when magic can happen. Now, why am I sharing all this with you? Because we all have a dream and we have a beautiful life we are all destined to live. And until we decide to bring that to the surface and raise our awareness of what that actually is, it's going to stay buried and it's like undiscovered treasure. So ask yourself, would you like to stop living your life on autopilot and actually live it with more purpose, live it with more passion, live it with more profit? Do you want to know the direction that you're headed? Like, raise your hand if that's appealing to you. Do you want to know the direction you're headed and make sure it resonates with your innermost desires, with your heart, with your soul, so it's congruent? Do you want to look back on your life before you leave this earth, before you pass away, with pride, knowing that you did what you set out to do and you truly did live life to its fullest? No regrets, absolutely none. That is what today is all about. It's living your dream life and really stepping into it, because truthfully, life is too short to live on autopilot. I love, Susan, that you're like, yeah, that's how you felt as well. So I think a lot of people can relate to that. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. And the cool thing is, this process never stops. When you look at what a dream is a series of thoughts, images, and sensations that occur in a person's mind during sleep. And there's a Brazilian neuroscientist, Siddhartha Ribeiro, and he moved to New York in order to pursue his PhD at Rockefeller University. He wrote a book called Oracle of the Night, and in that book, he discusses the cognitive importance of dreams. And he says that a dream is not simply fragments of memory and that are assembled at random. He actually says it's a privileged moment for prospecting the unconscious. So it's not, sometimes you might think these dreams are these random things that come to you for those of us that dream. And they may seem random. However, when you really take the time to learn and understand what it is and decipher what your unconscious is telling you, you actually start to realize that your dreams prepare you for the following day. There are some messages that you need. The answers you have, they all lie within you. And when you take the time to pay attention to those messages, then that's when you start to have the direction you're looking for in your life. Incompleteness, displacements, or multiplicity of character, right? All of these disjointed things, they may seem like they're prevalent. However, these are all things that are preparing us for our journey. And we want to allow ourselves to be carried by the current. Abraham Hicks often talks about flowing with the current. Don't paddle against the current, because when you go with the current, it's a lot easier in your life. And when you take the time to pay attention and gift yourself that time, you can start flowing with your current. So what do you need to know? The answers you seek are inside of you, and you want to give yourself enough time to actually pause and look for these answers and pay attention to them. What you focus on expands. And T. Harv Eker says, where your attention goes, energy flows and results show. What you do focus on gets magnified in your life. So if you're focusing on the good, you'll get more good. If you're focusing on the bad, you'll get more bad. If you're focusing on the brilliance, the magnificence, you're going to get more brilliance and magnificence. Everything you believe is true. Everything you speak is true. Everything you expect becomes reality. And not the fake expectation. It's got to be the real one. So Maxwell Maltz says he was the father of self-image psychology, and he wrote a book called Psycho-Cybernetics. And he says that you have a goal-seeking mechanism inside you. It's almost like a missile. And once you program it, it's going to go to where you want it to go. And if you don't program it, it's going to go wherever you direct it to unconsciously by default. So you really can design and have your dream life. And you need to know a few things in order to do that. So if you have a pen and paper, I want you to write these steps down. So you need to know what you want. You need absolute crystal clarity. You need to decide to go for it. So absolutely make a committed decision to go for it. You have to decide. You can't find the method of how to go for it until you make a decision. So often people are looking for the method before they decide to say, oh yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Then and only then do you make a plan and try to figure out how to get there. You can't figure out how to get there before you decide to go for it. You've got to decide, and then the answers will come. So you make your plan and then get on with the work. Step 4, get on with the work. Okay, so what do you want? Make a decision, then make a plan, figure out how, and get on with the work. And you've got to realize there's going to be ups and downs. Those are the natural ebb and flow in life. And those ups and downs are going to be full of learning lessons. Failure is not a bad thing. Failure is feedback. Self-doubt is a bad thing. Worry is a bad thing. Those aren't things that are going to pull you forward. Failure is just feedback. It's an opportunity for you to course correct and keep going. Now, the thing is, most people stop at step 1. We're talking about creating your dream life. Why am I talking about all these steps? Well, most people stop at dream 1. They don't even create the idea of their dream life, and they mindlessly move forward through life, or they just move forward according to someone else's dream. That's why we start this all, right? This is like the starting point in all of our Abundance Academy programming, our vision casting workshop, Unstoppable You, our Elite Abundance Accelerator program, right? Any one of these, this is the starting point. And in the Abundance Accelerator program, we show you how to take it from starting point to the end reality, step by step. We hold your hand and walk you through it so you can accelerate your abundance in your life. Now, to create this dream life, to actually sit down and create this idea of your dream life, you need to just set aside the time to do it. Step 1, like set aside the time to do it. Block it off in your calendar. Sit down and pull out a pen and paper and ask yourself, what do I want? What do I desire? What do I crave? What do I really want? You've got to be willing to revisit it. It's not a one and done thing, right? You're not going to write this list once and think that's it, because you are a human being, and humans are designed to grow. Your job is to keep moving forward and keep evolving. So once you've achieved some of these things on your list, you're going to want to keep adding more to it. Once you've had some beautiful experiences or some new experiences, you're going to want to make even more juicy experiences in your life, because you are born and destined to grow. It's part of your prime directives. You have to do this. It's part of your inner wiring. You want to suspend disbelief. When you're writing this idea of what you want, this is where you take your, oh, I don't know if I can hat off. You just take that hat off and set it aside. And it doesn't matter how. Let go of the how, because until you make the decision, it's premature to figure out how. All you need to know is, do I love this? Do I want this? Do I align with this? Do I truly desire this? And then, and only then, can you get to the how. So suspend disbelief when you're creating this idea of your vision. And then you've got to commit to it no matter what, because things will come up. So commit to it no matter what. You want to look at all areas of your life, your health and well-being, your relationships with your family, friends, and your intimate partner. You want to look at your work. You want to look at your career, your finances, your personal growth and development, your lifestyle. What do you do for travel? Where do you travel? How do you travel? What are some of your hobbies? What are some of the activities that you take part in? Your contributions, your legacy, your mission, and so much more. These are things you want to sit down and take the time to learn for yourself. You want to look at who you desire to be, what you want to do, and what you want to have, and why in each of these areas. This is basically what we start with in the vision casting workshop, right? And then ask yourself some deep, deep questions. Don't just write a list. Start asking yourself deep questions. Really create that picture and start looking at tuning into your five senses, right? What would this picture look like, sound like, feel like, taste like? What would my emotions be? What would it smell like? So start tuning into your five senses to create this picture, because the picture isn't just visual. The picture must be juicy, and that requires all five senses. You can create the picture in the form of a story and write it out and script it. You can create the picture in terms of a vision board. You can create a movement. Maybe if you're a dancer or you're into energy work, you can create some kind of movement or a piece of art with it. Whatever you do to express your picture, you want to bring it into your life so you can repeat it. You can record yourself saying your picture and listen to it every day. So the biggest thing is that you embrace this energy and start fusing with this dream life so you can absolutely bring it into your heart and soul and commit to it. Last but not least, to bring it into planet Earth, right? This is all nice in theory. You want to start living your dream life now, because you can create your dream life on paper, but if you want to create it in your reality, you actually have to do something about it. And it's not just spending like you're living your dream life. Maybe you don't have the money yet. However, you can get it. And you're going to start attracting more of what you need and what you desire for your dream life when you start bringing those energies in. If you want to go to the spa more often, maybe you can't go every week or every couple weeks for a full day. You could start with a treatment every month. If you want a designer purse, go buy the wallet of that same designer and have a piece of it and be so grateful every time you look at it. I had a client who, she's like, I want a herb garden. I want this garden. And she didn't have the space in her yard. So she bought a few herbs and planted them in a little pot. And she's like, every time I look at this, it connects me to my dream life and reminds me that I have a dream. It's such a tiny little metaphor that means something so huge for her. So once you have your dream life created, you want to keep reviewing it daily. Spend time dreaming about it and take action in that direction each and every day as the person who is living that life. And realize that this dream that you have is a living entity, and it will change and evolve as you do. So keep refining it, keep playing with it, and keep coming back to it for the rest of your life. The key is really to appreciate where you're at and acknowledge how far you've come as you've headed in that direction. Okay, so just to recap, we talked about our dream life, and you want to make sure you know what you want with clarity. You decide to go for it, then make a plan, figure out how, and get on with the work. when you're creating your dream life, the picture of your dream life, take that time aside. Be willing to actually come back to it. Let go of disbelief and make the commitment. Look at all areas of your life and look at who you want to be, do, have, and why in each of these areas. Remember, your dream is not for someone else. Your dream is for you. And as soon as you take the time to cultivate it and to move it forward to the next step, that's when the magic is going to happen. And I've covered a lot today. Ultimately, it does boil down to you getting to know yourself better than anyone else. And you want to take responsibility for that and be the number one in your own life. Raise your hand and say, I am ready for this. So if you are interested in continuing with this journey, I have two phenomenal opportunities coming up. First is the Unstoppable You workshop. It is happening this Friday and Saturday. It's 2 full days from 1 till 7 p.m. We made it that time so our Australia and New Zealand contingent could attend. We have several people from that end of the world. It is only $47 for 2 full days. And I promise you, you will walk away with a roadmap for how you can be unstoppable. This is your opportunity to elevate yourself and truly create your dreams so you can accelerate your abundance in your life. This is just a sneak peek into the workshop. There is lots and lots and lots in here that we will be going through. So this is jam-packed with value. So you will literally walk away with a roadmap and an ability to be more clear as to who you are, what you're doing, and where you're going in your life. So that's a beautiful workshop. We've had tons and tons of people attend and make a massive difference. The other one is a vision casting workshop that's coming up August 17th, so next month, and that'll be a Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9:30. And if you're interested in attending that, we will make sure to pop the links in our chat, and there will be a link in our bio up very shortly. So both are phenomenal opportunities for you. I would love to see you at both because they are a tremendous opportunity for you to up-level yourself and your life. So get registered today. There is no reason not to. And if you aren't able to attend Unstoppable You Live, we will have a replay. We don't know when we're rerunning this workshop. So I would absolutely love for you to be there. Even if I don't get to see your face, we can reconnect after the workshop and after you've had a chance to go through it. Replays will be available until August 14th. Now, I know that I had a conversation yesterday, and I just wanted to touch on this real quick before we wrapped up. I had a conversation with someone that has been following me in the sidelines for a few years. I've known her for a few years, and she's had a really tough go of things. She's had toxic and abusive relationships. She's had a business that didn't really fly or didn't take off as she planned, and she had to go back to work to support herself. She's attended some of our workshops earlier this year and worked with us with Abundance Academy. And we just literally had a conversation yesterday, and she has done a complete 180 in her life. She is still working. However, she really loves what she's doing. Her job has turned into a passion, and she's been able to bring in her other passions into the work she's doing. She's getting tremendous feedback, and she looks forward to doing her work, right? Great attitude. She's getting recognized and acknowledged for this, and she's getting additional opportunities to up level in her actual job, right? She never had that before. It was always just what she did. And now she's recognizing her gifts within this. Her business that didn't take off is actually moving forward and starting to succeed in ways that are natural for her and in ways she's enthusiastic about. Why? Because she stopped doing what they said, and she took the time to realize what actually works for her and what her true gifts are. She's doing it her way, in a way that she thrives, and she is thriving in her business. She's thriving in her job, and she is completely at ease. It is so beautiful. And I think you never know how far you'll come. And sometimes when you're in difficult situations, I just wanted to touch on this because she was in a really difficult time, and she has completely evolved and changed the trajectory of her entire year and her life, all because she decided to show up to a workshop like this. She's like, I don't know why I'm here, but I just need something. and she took the time to create her dream. And unapologetically, she began claiming it. And you absolutely can too. Wherever you are, whatever your dream, you can unapologetically claim it. Yeah, you can't change your past. You can start your life right here and right now, wherever you are. This is your time. This is your day. So I would love to do anything I could to support you. So I hope this talk has been helpful to you. I hope this something I've said has juiced you and decided to help you motivate yourself to block some time off in your calendar right now. Do it today. And to register for our Unstoppable You workshop. Join us for vision casting next month as well, and help us help you take your life and your business to the next level. Within a couple minutes, there will be links in these in the description and then a chat. So stay tuned, and I cannot wait to see you real soon. Bye for now.